Back into his own zone. Domfus to center ice. Fired in by Baldwin. Around the boards it comes. Manila can't get it up the wall. Getting to it, Aru. Put it in front of the goal! And Donovan with a chance. Oh, a quality scoring opportunity for Alex Donovan. Halifax zone. Now up high. Donovan's shot. That's off a shin pad. Domfus keeps it in. He puts it into the near corner. Now Aru still out there. Nice work along the boards by Nolan Aru. Domfus, stick handling. Walks into the high slot. Shot steered away by Circa. Baldwin pinches in. It comes back up high. Domfus, fake shot. Down the boards he comes. Into the corner. Baldwin tries to get it back out to Donovan. Now Baldwin again behind the goal. Back up high to Domfus. To Baldwin. Domfus shot. That's knocked down in front. And Italian will skate the center ice. In over the line, turn back, Kennedy at the Sea Dog blue line, and Donovan will dump it in, and the Sea Dogs change 5. And over the boards comes the second PK unit. That's Joseph with Morin. Now to center ice, Kulobiakin gains the zone, walks in, Magnuson stays with him. Into the far side, Walters battles against Magnuson. In comes Domfus. Up the boards it comes. Morin will skate into it, and he's out to center, shorthanded. Morin in over the line, cross ice to Joseph. He turns it back, and the Sea Dogs are going to play catch. Back into the Sea Dog zone. Domfus controlling. Then finally, the saucer wrister the length of the ice. Italian behind his goal circles. Morin chasing him. Italian to center. In over the line. High slot, drops it. Shot rockets over top of the goal. And it's banked by Walters around to the far side. Coming in, Kilfoyle will send it into the corner. Loose puck is swallowed up by Morin, and he puts it on. Now out of the penalty box, here comes Croteau, just beyond his reach. He stays with it, though. It's in behind the Halifax net, still in there. And now Blake, he's hit by Morin. Turned over, that's Joseph. He tries to get it down to Morin. That's intercepted by Walters, and then he comes up ice with it. And Joseph. And the face-off dot. And goodbye, Joseph. Tossed out. And in comes Aru. He's getting lectured by Doron. And a quick shot. Aru wins it. And it's out and out to center ice. Now Joseph, here comes Donovan with a burst. Donovan! And a save is made by Circa, but there's a penalty shot been awarded. Well, the draw won by Joseph at the point. Chartrand gets it. Sends the puck down in behind the Halifax goal. Aru puts it in front. Oh, Joseph with the bang play. And the save made by Circa. Into the corner and dug out along the boards. Finally, McPherson gets it to center ice. And here comes Mensinen. He'll drop it to Blake. Shot wide of the goal at the line. And what have we got? Oh, the net's off. And Joseph wins it back. Chartrand in the corner. Up the boards and out to center. No icing on the play as Wall got out of the way of it. And the linesman says, you're not getting away with that. Play continues on. Aru in the far corner. Puts it out front. Chartrand at the point. Puts it back up to Joseph. Joseph's shot. Hits bodies in front. Bounces around. Still in there. And then it's cleared to the line but not out. Joseph throws it towards the front of the goal. Chartrand forced back to center ice, and Wasmer will retreat into his own zone. That's up to Aru. His cross ice pass, and that's intercepted. Baldwin's penalty will expire. Here comes the draw, and nicely done by Joseph. Around the boards it comes. Blake will keep it in. Blake looking. Italian back over to Blake. Back up to Italian. He throws it over. Now, high shot. Wide of the net, out of the penalty box. That's Baldwin, and here he comes. He's got Joseph with him, and then Joseph turns it back, and he puts Baldwin offside. Oh. That draw is won by Walters. L'Italien circles in front of his own goal. And up ice. L'Italien will drop it back. Kilfoyle poke check by Joseph. He goes after it. Now following up is Morin. He goes in. And the Sea Dogs with that aggressive penalty kill. It's worked to center ice by Blake. In over the line. Ruled onside. Blake Back up high to L'Italien. To Blake. Drops it off to Kilfoyle. L'Italien. Blake. Shot. Scores! Straight to his own blue line. Cross ice to Baldwin. He'll fire it in hard around the glass. Up the boards it comes. Controlled. Back up to Donfus. Can he get to it? It's a break. It's Kilfoyle. Here comes Kilfoyle. Roux reels him in on a monster back check. And the fans took note. Now quick up and back comes Joseph. Feeds the right. Roux scores! How's that for a sequence? Nolan Roux's second goal in the QMJHL. And he has tied the hockey game. Will leave the puck as he heads off. And Wasmer will take over. Julian Wasmer, honored before the game, begins up ice to center. It's behind Roux, but it's Joseph who knocks it down behind the Moosehead goal. Around the boards, pinching in is Wasmer. He and Santini battle for it. Wasmer once more to the far corner. Phillips under pressure from Roux. Roux energized right now after his goal, and he is chasing. Back out to center ice. Donovan up, quick up to Joseph just beyond his reach. Phillips will chop it out to center ice. Now, Donovan has to wait, and Santini picks his pocket. Santini in over the line. That puck is broken up and lifted down into the Halifax end. No icing. Back to center. It's catapulted down the ice, in behind the goal. Wasmer to it first, up the far boards, and here comes Donovan. Donovan on to Croteau, in over the line, towards the front of the net. Joseph gets to it, chops it around the boards. Croteau will send it back the other way again, and the Sea Dogs making changes. Matthew Crayer. Or at least it reveals it. Joseph and Rousseau. Rousseau wins it. Back up high, Carrier, cross ice, Kulibayakin, shot, sails over top of the net, and up the boards, and Coteau will get it. Cote gets it out to center ice with Joseph along the boards, and Phillips gets it up to Carrier. Check that, that's Kennedy. Kennedy with the puck, drops it back off to Phillips. Phillips comes down the boards, waiting, controlling, up Kulibayakin, cross ice to Carrier. Shot, save made, and Rousseau digging, and Corshane able to drop on. And won by Joseph. Donfus under pressure, spins away from it, and then huge backhand all the way down into Halifax territory. L'Italien behind his goal, being watched by Joseph. To center ice. Kilfoyle, his cross ice pass, that's going to force the Mooseheads back out to center. And L'Italien will retreat and skate in front of his own goal. He's being chased there by Cote. L'Italien in over the line, drops it off, up high. Mensonen with the puck, controlling. Here he comes, Mensonen still, back up high to Blake. Blake down the boards. Banks it up to L'Italien. Cross ice pass. The penalty is over. Here comes Donovan. Shot, and that hits bodies in front. Doesn't make it through. Lifted to center ice. Back into Halifax territory. L'Italien retreats, being pressured by Donovan. L'Italien, Donovan, and Joseph. Now, L'Italien over the line, and it's offside, and then Donovan knocks L'Italien to the ice, and that's going to draw some attention. And now they got
job of limiting his presence on the ice this afternoon.
Play underway. The Sea Dogs lift it down in behind the Halifax goal. Espinel around the boards. It's knocked out to center. We got a foot race. Wasmer battling towards the goal, and then Kulibayakin. Boy, he's got some. Joseph will take the draw against Kilfoyle. Roux gets to it, and he rounds the back of the St. John goal. Here comes Nolan Roux in over the line. Couple moves, he picks his way through, and the puck lies loose. Nice, smooth hands by Nolan Roux. Back up high. Chartrand shot, the rebound. Oh, it got deflected coming in, and
This afternoon.
Grew and Rousseau. Rousseau wins it. He's dynamite on faceoffs, and it's saucered the length of the ice. Baldwin rounds the back of the St. John goal and begins up ice. Cross ice pass. Seymour gets it in over the line. It's chopped in the air, and now here come the Mooseheads shorthanded. Rousseau tries to beat Baldwin. They battle it into the corner. Rousseau still with the puck, torturing the Sea Dogs shorthanded. Now the puck finally dug out. Morin gets it up to Baldwin. Here comes Baldwin turning it back, and then he finds the stick of Joseph, and he is out to center. Alexis Joseph strides over the line, drops it off to Seymour, who leaves it for Baldwin. Oh, here comes Grew. Backdoor attempt, and a nice stick by Doyle to break up that chance. Seymour down low to Grew, back up to Morin. Cross ice, Baldwin. Backdoor attempt, doesn't convert, and it's knocked out to center ice. And Baldwin has to retreat to his own blue line and then swing it around and find Morin. Nice passing. Joseph breaks in over to Grew. Shot into the midsection of Circa. Backhanded in behind the goal. And here comes Phillips. He's being checked by Roux to center ice. Turned over. Donovan with a burst. He breaks in. Donovan tries to go backhand. And it's out and out of play. McNabb. And Joseph comes up with it. Shot, quick release from Donovan. And Circa has been pretty solid. Play back underway. Up the boards, and that's Espinel will send it in deep. Going hard after it. Magnuson up the boards and out to Joseph at center, and that's on to Donovan. Puts on the brakes, feeds it to Joseph. He gets his stick lifted. Roux chops it in behind the goal. Espinel up to Walters at his own blue line. Cross ice pass. Here comes Carrier controlling it into the Sea Dog zone. Cross ice. It's batted towards the goal by Espinel. And it's out to center ice. Here comes Joseph once more. Joseph takes it wide, drops. Donovan shot. Oh, he walked into it. Now back the other way. Here comes Carrier. One-on-one. Drobchinski. That shot, that's off Drobchinski's shin pads, and they battle along the boards. Chased by Crayer. Waugh to center ice. His pass springs Kennedy, puts on the brakes. Kennedy controls, down low to Kilfoyle. He's filled in by Magnuson. Coming up with the loose puck to the top. That's Kennedy's shot way over top of the net. And Crayer will get to it first and go up the boards to Magnuson. Otto Magnuson, cross ice pass to Croteau. He'll send it in and head off for a change. And the puck in behind the Halifax goal with 4:15 remaining in the second period. We remain tied at 1. Now it's dumped in to the Sea Dogs end. Corshane up the near boards to Roux. He loses the puck to Rousseau. He pushes it in behind the St. John goal. Carrier up the boards, back to the line, kept in, sent into the near corner, and coming up with it, Drobchinski to center ice. Joseph stick checked. Here comes the quick turnaround. Carrier high slot, nice job by Drobchinski to block that shot. Now another shot that I think hit the bar off the stick of Carrier. Doyle in behind the goal. Rousseau takes a tumble. Play continues. Up the boards, Roux. Here he comes to center ice. He's got support. Cross ice, Donovan. Back to Joseph. Towards the net. Hits a stick. Doesn't get through, and back. Quick strike. Here comes a 2-on-1 for Halifax. McNabb. Shot. Oh, and Corshane, I think, got a piece of it off his glove. To center ice. We've gone wide open here. Now, back into the Halifax zone. Face-off dot for the Mooseheads. And we're underway. Rousseau wins it back. Manila cross ice pass. That'll roll all the way down into the Sea Dog end. Into the corner. Carrier comes up with it. Into the far side. Kept in at the line. It banks behind the goal. Now, Walters tangles against Baldwin. Joseph strips the puck, and it's out to center. Here comes Héroux. He'll send it in deep. Going hard after it is Donovan. Around the boards, chopped in the air, and that is up and out of play off the stick. That's all we got here. 1-1. The puck chopped into the near corner. Now, out in front, Héroux goes after it. It's lifted out to center ice. Baldwin backpedals to his own blue line. He's under pressure. Off the glass to center. Nice job by Donovan to come up with it. And it's on to Joseph, who risks it right in on goal. Circa steers it to Phillips. Shot that was blocked by Walters. That's going to go all the way down to Corshane. And he will leave for Wasmer. Julian Wasmer, his pass up to Donovan at center. Cross-ice pass is in behind Héroux, and it's down into the Halifax end. They lift the center ice. Backwards, Chartrand to Donovan at center ice. That play broken up. Now, Walters knocked off the puck by Donovan. Banked to center ice. Doyle backhands it in deep. And going back is Chartrand, under pressure from Rousseau. To the far corner. Carrier, very dangerous. Goes up the boards, and Héroux is off the center ice. He's turned back at the Halifax blue line and back the other way. Kulibayakin, cross ice, Rousseau behind Carrier. Coming up with it is Joseph. He banks the center ice. Now, Rousseau retreats to his own blue line and then tries to spring Kulibayakin just beyond his reach, and that's up and out of play. So good to have two centers out there. Joseph wins it. Morin back over to Baldwin. Baldwin up top. Joseph down low to Donovan. Back up to Joseph. Joseph looking. Back down. Jam play. The save made by Circa. Rebound is recovered by Joseph. Baldwin over to Morin. Shot. That's blocked. Morin gets it back again. Patient with the puck. Morin down low. Jam play, and it goes off a skate wide of the net. Now along the boards, and it's going to slide out to center. Morin forced back to the Sea Dog blue line. Baldwin takes it back. And here comes Baldwin to Joseph. Joseph in over the blue line. Joseph walks it all the way in, and it rolls into Circa. He heads off for a change. 10:48 remains in this third period. Mooseheads up 2-1. Out to center, lifted in deep behind the St. John goal. Magnuson banks it off the boards and back to center ice. Phillips retreats into his own zone. Cross ice pass. Espinel to center. Kilfoyle skates it in over the line and in behind the St. John goal. Puck is dug out. Drobchinski spins it back and gets it over to Magnuson into the near corner. He goes off the boards, intercepted. And here comes Kennedy's shot. That's off the post. They score. The initial shot. Once more in the St. John end. Wasmer, his pass to center, knocked down nicely by McNabb. Here he comes, feeds it through, and then Santini is steered off the puck by Wasmer. Into the corner and up the boards, Morin. His pass finds Héroux at center. He's turned back, pushes it down into the Halifax zone, and then Joseph goes in hard after it against Waugh. Up the boards it comes. Drobchinski at the line, comes down the boards. Here he comes, shot, hits a stick and doesn't make it. Héroux, far side. His stick all tied up, it's in his skates, dug free, and it's out to center ice. Magnuson. Drobchinski back to Magnuson at his own blue line, now to center. He'll wrist it in, grabbed by Circa. He's not taking any chances. Well, we pushed past it.
Oh, okay.
6,150. That is a nice feeling. Play back underway. The puck in the blue paint off the side of the net. Sea Dogs would love to give this huge crowd something to cheer about. Now McPherson throws it in deep behind the St. John goal. Magnuson banks it. Mensonen goes up the boards, and then Phillips retreats the center ice to his own blue line, the captain for Halifax. It's relayed in deep. Magnuson goes in after it behind the St. John goal. Drabczynski in there as well. It's dug free. Joseph in to try and help out. Still in there in the skates, and digging it out is Mensonen. Back up high at the line, kept in by Phillips. Mensonen once more into the corner. Shot on goal, and Corshane catches the period. 10 seconds left in the Magnuson penalty. Kilfoyle now gains the line in behind the St. John goal. Liam Kilfoyle back up the boards, back to Kilfoyle, controlling it over to L'Italien. Teams are back to even strength. Magnuson comes up with it, and it's out to center. Now here comes Joseph driving in, and Circa clears it out to center ice. Donovan back to Chartrand in his own zone to center. Baldwin skates it in over the line, takes it wide. Baldwin tries the backhand, short side, and Circa seals the net. Chartrand over to Baldwin. On the goal, rebound loose momentarily, and then Circa the draw against Rousseau in the Halifax end. Coming up with that loose puck and flipping it in the air. There's the empty net, and they just missed it. And it's icing the call. A draw one back. At the line, kept in. Down the boards comes Fullerton. Shot, that's off a leg. Joseph keeps it in. Down to Donovan. Donovan looking. Back up to Grood. Back down to Donovan. Joseph over to Baldwin. 1:40 left. Cross ice. Fullerton looks. Jam play down low, and Rozzi tries to shove it under Circa. Grew wins it. Back up high to Baldwin. Baldwin shot. Redirect! And it's Rozzi who can't get the rebound in on the backhand. It's cleared down into the St. John end. That was a nice chance for the Sea Dogs. Just hasn't gone their way offensively here this afternoon. Here comes Joseph over to Rozzi. Back down to Joseph. Back up high. Rozzi puts it to Joseph. Down low. Grew to Rozzi. Back to Grew. Back up high. Shot. Fullerton just missed the top corner. Now Joseph at the point. To Baldwin. Back to Joseph. Down into the corner. Donovan looking. There's the shot. Scores! Who gets it? Was it Tip coming through? Yes, it's the captain. Olivier Grew with his 20. It's dumped in. No icing on the play. Around the boards it comes. Knocked down by Donovan. Along the boards. Here comes the clearing attempt. It looks good. Oh, it just missed. And that'll be icing. That's how close. Skates bouncing around in there. It's cleared. Carrier looking. He fires it wide of the net. It's going to be another icing. Rozzi, Fullerton, Donovan. Now Rozzi with the puck. Knocked to the ice. At the line, kept in. Now Fullerton. Back up high. Baldwin shot. Rebound. Loose in front. Bang away at it. Oh, Circa with a couple dandies. In Drew and Rousseau. In their skates. Tied up. Still in there. Cleared and out to center ice. 16 seconds left. It's going to run out on the Sea Dogs. Now, here comes the clearing attempt. Just wide of the net. 7 seconds left. Baldwin retrieves. Rousseau and Grew in their skates again. Into the corner. 3 seconds left. That is going to be the hockey game. And the Sea Dogs come up short.